Hello there, Plannerets. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me for another new week of Plan With Me session with Marianne. I hope you are doing well. And if you are joining me here in the live chat, why not say hello and let me know and the other Plannerets where you are tuning in from. So today I'm going to be setting up my February calendar. If we have time, maybe my habit tracker as well. So hang out with me, whether you're going to do a Plan With Me session as well or hang out in the chat. Just talk about whatever as if we're just hanging out at a cafe. We've got our stationery and our planner all over the desk. And of course, you can also have me in the background while you're doing your other chores, like I know some of you do. So I do appreciate you being here. And without further ado, let us get started. Let's go. Excellent. All right. So, what are we now? Well, I won't set up the week. Maybe I'll set up the new week maybe later today. But I want to make sure that I'm getting myself ready for February rather than trying to scramble before the new month starts. So if you are here with me, make sure you say hello. What time? What day is it where you are? I am in here in Sydney, Australia, Monday, 26th of January. It is 5 a.m. Nice and bright. Look, I'm not going to lie, I'm very, very tired. Hubby and I went out last night just for a couple of drinks, and maybe I stayed up way too late. He was listening to some music when we got home, and I was scrolling through. But I am fresh faced, I am ready. So if you're ready with me, that is really great. Let's check who's here in the chat with us today. Let's have a look. Well, hello there, Sheila. Nice to see you. Positive changes. Hello, Marianne and Planrets. Hope everyone is doing well. I am for sure. Victoria, nice to see you. Ice Frosty. Hello, hello. Hope you are well. So it is 1 p.m. where Victoria is. Well, hello there, Brenda, my dear friend. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here so much. So, throughout the live stream, make sure you keep me company. Say hello in the chat. Make sure that, I know we're all busy either doing whatever we're doing or planning along. But, sometimes I look at the chat and my little anxious mind goes, oh, is anyone here with me? I know you are, and I know you're busy planning along as well. So let's get to my desk right now. This is the Hobonichi Cousin A5 size. I've got the calendar spread all out here. I'll be honest, I haven't really planned. Well, I was going to say I haven't planned as much. I quickly put some things down on paper so then at least I'm not going in blind with setting up my February calendar. I've got all my red pens, February, May, not so much Valentine's, but, the red and the pinks. So we're just going to plan as we go. We might make mistakes. We might stuff it up, but it doesn't matter because that's what planning is all about. Messy, just experimenting. So let us go. Okay, so this is the cover I have for my Hobonichi. It is just a plain black cover that I've added lots and lots of stickers. So whatever planner you have, you know how sometimes you do get bored, maybe with your planner cover, just check out some stickers that you might have, any loose stickers, or how you have stickers that's just one or two as part of a theme and you don't know where to add it. You can make a collage type of thing like this. What I know last time what I did was I got vellum paper. So, that's a nice translucent paper, and then cut it to size. So, cut it to, an A5 size. And if you do have a clear cover like this with your planner, you can insert that and then put the stickers on that, or just any colored cardstock or printed cardstock, just to change things up, because I always talk about how it's important to change things up, especially if maybe haven't touched your planner for a few days or a week or so. So really important. Margie's, hello, nice to see you again. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. All right, so what we're going to do, So one of my very, very early YouTube videos on here was doing hand lettering. So I have my go-to hand lettering styles when I do my headings. This was January. So as you can see, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So that was January's, a nice little sort of bubble effect or balloon effect, but more sharp corners. What did we do for December? December was nice, cute little bubble letters. But I just remember anytime I do my monthly headings like this, it always reminds me of my primary school, or for those of you in the US, your elementary school days or high school days where you created cover page for your exercise book. Please let me know if that was you as well. So put up your hand, put a hand up emoji, or me. It was one of the things that I looked forward to in a new school year. I wasn't averse to school. It's not that I actually enjoyed school because then you get to see your friends, but getting all the different exercise books for the different subjects, and then I would create cover page for each a notebook. So whether it's maths, English, science, and then I would create different doodles that went with that particular subject. So let me know, did you do that as well with your school books? One of the things, probably that's why I enjoy embellishing my calendar. So I have in the link in the description, I think it's the hand lettering style, 5 simple hand lettering style. Yes. Victoria says same. And the folders, yes. With the contact paper. And I remember doing that one year, I don't know, maybe year 8. So that's second year of high school. I covered all my exercise books, all my folders with newspaper. Who reads actual newspaper still? I don't know anybody who reads newspaper nowadays. Everything is digital. I would cover it with newspaper and then either clear contact adhesive or colored contact adhesive. Still, that memory is ingrained in my mind. I love it. Erica, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So in the description, I have simple hand lettering that you can follow along. I did this, and this is sort of like a bubble lettering, very simple. And so each and every one I show how I hand drew this. Ronnie Cat, nice to see you. Thank you so much. And then another one is this sort of like off center. And when you see screen printing, where sometimes the screen print is misaligned, one color is misaligned with the outline. So that's sort of that misaligned effect. So very simple. I just use for this one the brush tip marker of my Tombow Jewel brush pens. If you have your zebra mild liner, you can use the broad tip to create the colored lettering, and then just use a gel pen and sort of like have it off center, whether you have it to the right or to the left. So that's a nice little effect if you wanted to use that as part of your February heading. This one is one of my go-tos. Very, very simple. So if you do go into the link, I have the video tutorial all there for you. And then this one here, this one is using the dot end of the Kuretakesi clean color dot markers. So the pens and markers I use, please check my Amazon affiliate store link in the description if you ever want to use any of the stationery that I use. And then that's that one. So dot, 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 dot. And then what I did is with the fine tip end, just did the outline. Again, very simple. All you do is grab your pencil to do a draft outline or a faint outline of each letter. So F, E, B, R, U, A, R, A, U, A, R, Y. Okay, for February, you can use, I think you can use a pink one if you want to do the Valentine's or red and pink theme. But for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one here. So I'm going to use my Tombow dual brush pen in 772. So blush, one of the favorite colors that I think this is my third marker now, because it is one of the really nice sort of, I'll show you in a sec, the coloring, more like a dusty pink, but I think the color name is blush. Okay, so you can't see it as well with this baby blue, but what I do is first I outline the stick lettering, put a cute, well, that's what we're going to do today, put a cute little heart, and then the brush tip end, and then I use the fine tip end. So you've got fine tip and you've got a brush tip, so that's double-ended. Or if you do use a zebra mild liner, you've got the chiseled end and you've got the fine tip end. David, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Is this your first time? If so, hooray! Yay! Well, confetti all around. Thank you so much for joining. We do love our male plannerets as well here, so all are welcome. Okay, so that is the hand lettering that I'm going to put on here, just like I did for January and for December. So let us have a look. You know how they do those cooking shows. Here's one I prepared earlier. I wasn't going to be silly and just do it freehand without, it is, yay, it is first time for David. I love it. Fantastic. Ronnie Cat also has the 772. I think I know when I first started bullet journaling, it's one of the favorite colors, whether I got it from Amanda Rach Lee. I think I just quickly saw Helen, the Coffee Monsters Co. here on YouTube, just released a video with her favorite Tombow colors as well. So I can't wait to watch that. So I didn't want to go in, a blind without outlining, because normally, you know how when you do any hand lettering, you'll have lots of, nicely even, and then you got these three little letters all squished at the end. So fingers crossed that I don't do that today. So I'm just going, what I did, just on a piece of paper, okay? So what you can do, whatever the width that you're writing in, outline that, and then also the height. So this is a little tip, and then you just go and create a border, and then you can practice your spacing of each letter. I don't know if you can see, very faint here, the Y, as you can see, I made it a little bit more that way. What I like to do, even though originally all the pencil markings fitted beautifully, I know when I start to put the brush marker, I will start to run out. Somehow, even if I outline it, somehow I'll like run out of space at the end. So I did leave a little gap just in case I need more space. So I am just going to trace my letters very faintly, and then that way I can go and use, because of course once I know I need to actually leave space. I was following the outline of the Tombow rather than the outline of the gel pen. Okay, so yeah, really important, because once permanent markers are on and then you run out of space, and even though we say don't sweat the small stuff, we always do, especially if it's the first few markings of a brand new page. Erica, Marianne, you have the best memory for everyone's name here. Most times I do, Erica, most times. I know sometimes if, one or two, don't catch me every single week, I might forget. So if that's you and I ask you, Please don't be offended. It's just sometimes it's the 5 a.m. Monday morning brain. Whether, I haven't hydrated well enough yet, or, the brain fog that lovely good old perimenopause likes to sneak up on sneak up on you nowadays. But yeah, I normally am very good with names, because I go and I like to associate. I know there's going to be someone here later with the Echoes as their handle name at the end, and then I went ES of Echoes, and then I'll know that's going to be Jess. So hopefully, if she shows up, then I'll know their name. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to outline the lettering. So very faint, you can see my February there. So let us go. Remember, this is my reference. Come on, okay? And then let's go and try it out. So try and leave a little space in between each lettering, because we're going to outline this thicker brush marker. Let me quickly pop some music on. Let me know if this is going to be too loud. It's just that sometimes it's so quiet in my brain that everyone's still asleep here, and so I feel like, it's echoing in my head. I wish we could all hang out in real life in front of at each other's dining table or something. I don't think I've left enough space in between each, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. Make it work. Let me know if the music is too loud, because last time I think I had it a little bit too loud. Erica, that's why I was so amazed Marianne remembered me when my name was only mentioned once in a live stream. Yeah, I remember your friend Anne, a fellow YouTuber, mentioned your name and said, hey, how are you, Sheila? And then I went, that's it. And then I remember, and then of course I did check out your YouTube channel as well, Sheila. And then I loved you and your daughter doing the Thanksgiving live streams that you did. Okay, so there we are. Spacing is, some of them are a little bit too squished, but that's okay. That's what hand lettering is all about. I'm going to use a fine liner, a fine liner. This one is a hand lettering design. I couldn't find this specific one in Amazon, but I think I've just added other waterproof archival gel pen. No, not gel pen, fine liner pen, okay? So this is good, is if you are going to put any, whether it's gel or any other type of pen, just do make sure you do some testing, some swatching, because if the brush marker is still a little bit wet and then you put something that's not bleed proof or not smudge proof, the ink might feather. You know how if the ink underneath it is still wet, then the ink or whatever you put on top might feather. So I'm just using who we have here. Let's have a look. Music is good, not distracting. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. I wish we could hang out for meetup, Marianne, too, right? Wouldn't that be fabulous? I see all these younger people. I feel like I know I'm not old, but you know how they're hanging out at a cafe, catching up, whether they're doing their junk journaling or they're just catching up doing, those arts and craft things at a table, whether it's, who here has done the, sort of like paint and drink. They've got different names, the different things. Wine, I can't remember. We went there for a work function where they teach you how to, paint something on canvas with acrylic paint, and then you bring your own booze, and it's a nice little team building event. Okay, so I'm just adding little heart. Let me see. Let me see if I can just zoom in a little bit here. Okay, there we go. February, just a little heart, just for a Valentine's effect. Now, hubby and I don't technically celebrate Valentine's because everything is overpriced. I think I joke that my dad buys my mum the bouquet of flowers on the 15th of February when they're no longer triple the price. So I'm just outlining it. It's probably this one is probably a little bit too faint, but that's okay. Maybe later I'll go around with the red, but we'll just go with it. We're gonna keep the light pink hue. So hello Angela, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, right, Sheila. I felt so ridiculous when you popped into my live. Why? I felt like I was fangirling. Oh, I know that feeling though. I know, like, I think one time I went on, let me know, Sheila, you might know because I know you do budgeting as well and your savings video. But who, Elena from the Organized Money, I remember I popped into her one of live session and she shouted me out. So I know that feeling, but I'm going, just little old me, no fangirling for little old me. Paint and sip. Yes, thank you, Erica. Paint and sip. And speaking of sip, get hydrated. Since when you're journaling, and how did you discover this world? Now, Sarah, I have been, journal, or when I was a teenager, had a dear diary. So who had a dear diary? I never had a diary with a lock. Because I think they were too expensive, and mum and dad at the time, there was for my age group, the recession. I mean, everyone's probably going to be going through that now. Look, I'm looking at it, and those are a little bit squished, but that's okay. Once we start adding more things on our page, it won't stand out as much. So I just want you to also know that if you do your own hand lettering, and you start to see that, the spacing isn't as even, it's gonna be okay, all right? So then let's have a look. Sarah says, how did I discover this world? So yes, so since I was, in primary school or elementary school, I always had a diary. My age group, I'm 51. It's one of the things that, that you had a diary that you would journal in. And I don't know if the young ones do that now. I guess they don't because they're always scrolling on their phone. There's the WhatsApp and everything else. But, and then even in my late teens, even like through university, because I remember, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my felt tip pen and just outline the day of the week box. It's not necessary, but it will just make that box area stand out. And again, this for me is a great mindfulness activity. So do you know what? I had to look up what mindfulness meant, because it's one of those words that get thrown around and you sort of go, what the hell does that mean? All it is focusing on the moment, okay? So if you have a brain like mine that get quite anxious when you think about the past or the shoulda, woulda, couldas, or you think about the future, what if I fail, what if I'm not good enough, your self-doubt, And even that's probably one of the reasons, Sarah, I started journaling without knowing it back then. But it was a way for me to get the thoughts from inside my head down on paper, and it's sort of like a release. Okay, I've got a runny nose in the morning. In the morning, you get that runny nose. A way to get your feelings and thoughts down on paper. For me as well, I used to write letters, to that unrequited love, the boy at school that, didn't like me back in that way. Somehow in high school, I thought, oh, I'll never get a boyfriend until I'm 28. Because, that awkward phase where you start to grow a mustache in your teenage years. I also had short hair. I wanted short hair. So, and 15, when you put on the weight, and you're this awkward, chubby little, 15-year-old with bushy eyebrows and your mustache and your, the awkward phase. So I thought that I would not have a boyfriend until I was 28. So that's my 16-year-old mind. Okay. And so I had a diary in my uni years, and then I discovered on YouTube, I don't know which I think I'll keep this one for something else because there's not a lot of it. Maybe I'll just do the pink and red. So on YouTube, I discovered the art of bullet journaling. So who here did do bullet journaling? So you create, it's from the original concept came from a writer Carol, where, as the name suggests, just a blank piece of, page where you bullet your tasks. So dot, 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 do this, do this, do this, do this. Very simple, okay? And then the artistic and creative world went with it. They made beautiful spreads. And I don't know how I discovered bullet journaling, but I think Amanda Rach Lee was one of the, the ones that I did follow. And yeah, I bought all the markers. I bought all the pens. I bought all the different felt tip pens, Tombow, zebra mild liner, stickers not so much, washi tape, but stickers not so much, because you created your own doodling, yeah? And so that's how I got into the world of bullet journaling. So that was in 2016. I know this is a long story, but we're here to chat, right? This is what we're doing. And then, my first few months in bullet journaling, I thought, yuck, it didn't look as pretty as all the ones that I saw on YouTube. Instagram back then wasn't big. Pinterest was. Speaking of Pinterest, I do have a link for, what do you call this? February Valentine's spread, okay? So yeah. So if you want to embellish your own page, there's a link. I just put, I think I put February calendar bullet journaling. And so some of the ideas you'll see that I put on my calendar is from that. You just go pick and choose like a smorgasbord or a buffet of different things. Okay, so what do I want to do next? So let me show you what I did in my little draft thing. So I've got all the different doodles. So we've got a envelope for love letters, a postcard, a little paper aeroplane, roses and hearts. So we're going to just doodle away. So 2017, and then 2019, 2020, I discovered, what do you call it? Ring bound planners. So, Filofax. Now, I've always known Filofax, but it was such a prestigious brand back when I was in high school or first joined the workforce that it was too expensive for me to even, think, because it's like a planner would be, you know, a lot of money back then, right? And for someone who just started working, it wasn't something I could afford. It was sort of like always like corporate world. And then I through one of the stationery stores here, I went, oh, I think it was a Domino Soft was my first. Let me see if I can find which one. I think this might have been, I don't know if this was the one, but a Domino Soft. So it's faux leather. And so, you know, a little bit more affordable. And I think I was already mid-30s, so I could afford it myself. So then I discovered ring planners. So I first started personal size and then went to A5. And back then when I was the you know, I would, what do you call it? 2019, when I started homeschooling my younger son, he's on the autism spectrum. I went and discovered A5 size ring planners. And then from there, I experimented Hobonichi, I experimented with Traveler's Notebook, went back to A5, you know, book bound, and just throughout. I think both my creative mind and the mind where I needed to write things down was really important to help keep my mindset. So long story, I know, but that's how I started. You just evolve, okay? And you discover, and don't be afraid to discover. The only thing that's probably might hold you back is finance. So if you can't go and buy different planners all the time, that could, you know, it could set you back. So be financially responsible when you buy planners and stickers and stationery. Okay, hopefully. So that's what I said. It's a hangout today. I love these questions. Sheila says, I'm excited to meet up with some of my friends I've made in the budgeting community here on YouTube at the budget convention coming in August. How wonderful. Are there any big names, any big YouTubers? Now, this one is a 25 set heart stamp with the box. I don't know where the lid of it, but it did have a lid. And so again, I purchased this back in my bullet journal days. I've got the exact same Amazon affiliate link in the description. And look at all these different hearts. So I've just put a little rosette. Okay, so, and then now I can't find these ones in Amazon, but they're the VersaCraft Soremame ink, like dabbers. Okay, so they come in different like there's different set colors, but I just went with primary colors. So I'm going to just go and stamp away different things on my. So if you're not, you know, you don't fancy yourself as a doodler, you know, like you think you're not good at drawing, then grab yourself some stamps. Stamps are your friend, okay? And here's a little tip while I have you here. Oh, that's a little bit too zoomed in. Too zoomed in, we can't see the whole page. Okay. Erica says, I just moved back in the mainland and I followed a handful of budgeting folks, and one of them suggested a meetup, and I messaged them offering my work office for a venue, and it turned out so well. There you go. Yes, I saw Sheila doing some fun budgeting things. I used to do budgeting videos here on my channel when we were trying to get ourselves out of debt. We're out of debt, but I need to get back into it because, you know, sometimes the planning and the stationery, it can get out of hand sometimes. And so, yes, just a quick one before I forget. With this rubber stamp, can you see what I did here? I cut the corners. So very, very gently, of course. So I just used a craft knife, and because this is such a small stamp, you don't want your fingers in the way, so very, very gently. So instead of cutting it, I think like I did a sawing motion. So then that way, when you are pressing it, you're not going to get, you know, the corners. You know, sometimes with block of stamps, you'll get that corner. So this is a good way, and so I'm just stamping away. Stamp, stamp, stamp. Oh, look, because I mixed the black, it still had some black and red. It gave a nice darker red effect. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. Yeah, so yeah, meetups are great, aren't they? I know someone had said to me, "Oh, we should do meetups," and my anxious mind, I thought I was an extrovert because when I was in the workforce, I could talk to anyone in a room, okay? Like, but I think it was me overcompensating for my anxious mind to get myself out there. Oh no, that corner. Let me see if I can salvage it. That'll do. So yeah, I'm just doing some different hearts. Oh, let's do a coffee. Let's do a coffee one. Yeah, so meetups are great, but I think someone one time reached out. Yes, where in Sydney are you? And I went, oh, I got too scared. I got too scared and never replied back. That was a few years ago, before I was a YouTuber, or I was dabbling, but never had a community like I do now. Lexa, hello, nice to see you. I made it to a live. Too bad I'm in the treadmill and don't have my planner with me. Well, you can chat along with us because I have a lot of plannerettes who normally listen, and they're doing chores in the background, and they'll come back to their computer or their phone and comment. So anybody is welcome. Let's do a love you, okay? So this is pretty cool. You've got 25 different little stamps that you can just go and stamp your pages away. I'm trying to make sure that it's sort of like even. Love you. Oh, love you. Okay, let's do one more. Let's put it, well, maybe we'll put it actually in February 14th, Mariane. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, that's wonderful, Erica, to meet live. Oh my God, when you said diary, I said out loud, oh, my diary with the lock that helped me freely write because I felt that extra security. So I have a younger brother who's 4 years younger than me. So I never had a problem him snooping around. So it didn't really matter that I didn't have any lock on mine. And I don't think my family cared that I had a diary. I mean, if they read it, they would have just read me going, why doesn't he like me? He just said he likes me like a sister. And that's when I was 16 already, and was like, and that is why I thought I would never get a boyfriend until I was, in my late 20s. But I actually got a boyfriend when 17, or whatever boyfriend and girlfriend is in high school. It wasn't like serious stuff. I think it was just hand holding and a bit of kissing. But yeah, so let's have a look. I think I might, there's a little space here. This is just, I think, individual stamp from wherever I bought stamps. So let's just put that. I'm going to, because it's a little bit uneven. So if you ever have an uneven surface and you are doing stamps, just grab yourself a post-it note. And see here, this is what I mean. Can you see very faintly the corner of that stamp, because I didn't cut the corner. So sometimes if you press too hard, then you might get the corner of the stamp. Let's put a little smaller heart here. So yeah, very jealous, Erica, if you had a diary with a lock. I never had one. Now when I go to my Kmart here in Australia, and then I look at all the pretty stationery for the little girls, I go and I went, oh, that's little Mariane would have loved that, or young Mariane would have loved that. Billy, hello. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Hope you are having a great day wherever you are. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Me for bullet journaling. My first notebook was either Luxstorm or Moleskine, but Stormtrooper theme. Oh, it was right after I left my marriage and I had all this debt and I had so much rebuilding to do. And hopefully, and I think that's what the journaling has helped me with my own, things that I was going through as a young adult, and all the things that come along with whether it's you navigating through life or relationships. I've always been writing something. I still have all my diary from when I was, I think, would be 11 or 12. And so I like looking back and, the worries that you had at 10, you thought that it was the end of the world. Although now, sometimes some of the things that we hear on the news, we won't go there, but, sometimes it's like, as a parent, you go, what's my young adult children going to be going into? Sheila says, I bought some stencils that had checkbox heart boxes that led me into bullet journaling. Yes, so probably these different things, you purchased one little stationary thing that led you to different parts. And that's what I love about journaling and planning, is because you will find different things along the way. David says, it's interesting how everyone has their own preferences in planners. And this is the beauty of it, isn't it? It is, because it is personal planning, and throughout your own, journey, you are going to go and find your own groove. And for me, those who've been following me for a while, you would know how many times I change stuff, around, because your planning has to fit the season you're in, right? So if you're a busy school mom with, different activities for your children, the holidays may be a little bit quieter than the school year. Or if you are at work and you have a big project, you might need a different size planner. Okay, so I might go and get the red. So here what I did with the blush Tombow is I just did every second line of the grid to create, a balance. But because I have red here, I need to create some red on there. So I won't go and do the same, highlighting, because I think the red might just be too dark. So if I do write any, written stuff on there, it might get dark. But what I'll do is I will just create border. Now you can create borders for a specific date, or specific day, that maybe it's a special occasion, but I'm just, there's no rule. There's no rule in planning apart from you can change your mind. You can do whatever. Okay, so yeah, it is interesting, David, isn't it? Everyone has their planners. Did I hear you say you were in the Air Force? No, not me. No, I have no military, although my younger brother, joined the Australian Army when he was 20. And so, but no, not in the Air Force, unless I missed something. But yeah. Hi, Susan, listening while I'm trying to declutter clothes. Oh, Susan, I need to declutter clothes too. I have given away, I think, three big IKEA, those big blue IKEA bags. I have given minimum three bags full. 3 bags full, because I've been hanging on to the clothes that maybe I will fit into. But no, it's like, look, if and when I do get healthier and lose the weight, and then it's a good excuse to buy new clothes. But yes, I feel you for the decluttering. All right, so let's do some of the doodling. Um, Susan, another Susan. Hi, Marianne. I hope you're well. I'm sorry for the late reply. No, I will. Hopefully everything's good because Susan is one of the normally Susan and Cindy. The first ones here who keep me company just before I join in. So thank you so much for coming in. I don't know everyone coming, but Chrissy at the Mum Live is organizing. Okay, I haven't heard of Chrissy. But yeah, I guess probably because I haven't been in the budgeting world as much. But like I said, I used to do budgeting videos in the past when we were trying to get out of debt. More so savings and expense tracking, because at one stage there, maybe a year or so after I started sharing, my budgeting and expense pages, the regulation, it's more financial regulation in Australia changed. Now, I don't offer any financial advice or tips in the videos that I was making, but I didn't want to cross the line. But I think, showing expense trackers and all of that is not too bad. So let me just zoom in a bit. I'm going to do some doodling. Okay, so I'm going to do a paper airplane, maybe some envelopes, postcards, and some hearts and roses. But let's catch up with the the chat. I love it. See, I ask and you guys give. I said keep me company in the chat. Hello, Nerdy Crafter, new to watching but love your planning adventure. Can you show the green template you have, how it is used? Which is the green template? Do you mean this one? Please let me know, Nerdy, if this is the one you are referring to. So, yes, because I'm going, when did I use that? I used that for cutting. So this is a Hobonichi basic stencil. Majority of the time, I just use it to cut the edges of my washi tape. Now, if you are referring to something else, please let me know. But it's always good. This is in my Amazon ideas list called stationery tools. And so I mainly use the stars and maybe the check marks. Apart from that, that's it. I think I just picked it because it's aesthetically pleasing and it's good to cut my washi tapes. Amanda, nice to see you. Hooray, hooray. Woohoo! Way. Let's give you a big hooray. Way! So yeah, the sound effect and the music are all the same volume, so sometimes it's the same. Marianne, I was never one to keep a real diary. Mainly my plan is just keep track of work and school schedules, appointments, but I did jot down my feelings and events that happened when my hubby and I were first dating, you see? Yes, or the love, and that's the closest I've gotten to keeping a diary. Good memories, yes, good memories. So Verly is watching from Belgium. Nice to see you. Thank you. What time is it there? Found your channel during your budgeting days. Yeah, with the envelopes from the budgeting mom. Yes. So I think I'm going to start doing that because I haven't been keeping an eye on our budget. And, there's some budget categories that's getting out of hand. So let me just show you before I draw the paper aeroplane. So are you following along? Let me show you how you can do. Where is my here? Okay, so I'm going to draw it big so then you can see. So the flying paper aeroplane is just a triangle without the bottom, the third side. Okay, and then two lines. Don't join them up, and then join one end to the pointy end. Okay. And then this one here, draw a little triangle. Okay, can you see that? Draw a little triangle and then join this end to the point of that triangle. Ta-da! You have a paper aeroplane. And if you wanted, you can do lines like this to denote the shadow that's folded in. And then you can go and do little dash or ant lines like that. Okay, and then you can make it, you know, wider, whatever your preference. There is no rule because of, you know, maybe that's a little bit maybe that's a little bit too wide and doesn't look as correct. So I'm going to use, because it is a smaller paper airplane, I'm going to use the finer tip. So again, let me just zoom in a bit so for those who want to catch it. So yeah, this is one of the go-to doodling that I go and put in my planner. I don't do as much doodling nowadays like I used to during the bullet journal days. Okay, and there you go. And then let's just do the little lines. So I just needed some black outline to go and balance the black outline that I have in the, you know what though, but instead of black little dash, maybe I'll do the red gel pen. Okay, so you can do a couple of that on your planner. And if you create cover pages for your whatever you have, then you can do doodling. Again, please check the links in the description. I have a Pinterest link for an inspiration board. It's just a generic. I just put February calendar, Valentine's, bullet journaling, and then yeah, it spat out all these different layouts, and then I just picked and choose different doodles that would go well. Let's do some maybe here a what do you call it, an envelope, so you know, for a love letter, and we'll make it go on the different boxes. Okay, so just using a pencil. This is a Staedtler Tradition pencil. I think I have it in my Amazon storefront. Let's put a little love heart here, and then the flap, and then the fold. Okay, so again, let's do that for those of us that, like me, need step-by-step instructions. Yes, that was what I was referring to. Yes, so Hobonichi basic stencil, and you can either get it from the Hobonichi, wherever you get your Hobonichi, if you're a Hobonichi planner, but it is linked in the below. So it is Sunday in Belgium evening, 7:45. Thank you for spending your time with me. I just got notification there's no school for tomorrow. We got at least 6 days. Yes, I've been seeing everyone with this snow. Here in Sydney, Australia, or Australia, it is summer and it is boiling. It is hot. Yesterday, I went out for my walk late afternoon, 5 p.m., and it felt like I was opening the oven door. It was hot. Sydney normally is very humid, very dry. It feels like, you know, you can't breathe properly. So opposite sides of the world, you guys are cold and freezing with lots of snow. I'm hot and boiling here. Hubby and my younger son, normally on Sundays, they go for a walk, you know, their adventures, and they went to one of the beaches here, and my husband goes, pretty much everyone was nearly naked, you know, because it was so hot. So for the envelope, it's just a good old rectangle. Put a little love heart or whatever doodle you have, and then for the flap, just go whoop. You can either have that straight or a little bit curved, and then this one here. Okay, and then that's it. So let's go. I think I'm going to use the fine tip, and let's go and put a rectangle. And so, you know, you can curve the edges of your rectangle so then it's not, you know, perfectly parallel or perpendicular. I'm going to use the red gel pen again. That'll tie back in there. So all these different, you know, embellishments, you can just put in your whatever planner page. You can do it on your weekly. You can do it on your calendar like I am, or a cover page. And then if you grab yourself a light gray Tombow, you can create a drop shadow. So this one is very light, so I like to just do 3 or 4 layers, because the other gray that I have, I think this is N65, it's too dark, like it will stand out too much. See? And I don't like that. I want it to be subtle drop shadow. So if I wanted, I could even have that gray in there. All right, what else can we do? Let's do some rosettes. Okay, these rosettes are so easy. Okay, so all it is little spirals, little spirals, little spirals, and then you can do leaves. Okay, and then you can go and leave it as is, or you can color it in. Okay, and then little spirals, little spirals, little spirals, leaf, leaf, leaf. And then if you have a green marker, you can do, and look, see, it doesn't even have to be like, you know how at school they go, color within the lines, and now people are coloring outside the line. And if I wanted, I could do the red and pink. Okay, how simple is that? But it's effective, right? Okay, so no school for Sheila. So hopefully be safe, stay in. Where can we put some roses? Let's put some roses here. Okay, let's go and do rosette here, rosette there, rosette there. A leaf, a leaf, a leaf. Where else can we do rosettes? Trying to balance, maybe there. Rosettes here, rosette there, and rosette there. Leaf, leaf, leaf. What else? Anything else? Let's have a look. I think I had some love hearts. So maybe let's do this love heart here. So this, you know, if you ever feel like, maybe I'll put it here. If you ever feel like, you know, you're feeling a little bit low, maybe I'll do this. If you're feeling a little bit low or you're feeling a little bit lost, I'll be honest with you guys. I've just been feeling not a little bit, a big lost. I don't know if it's part of the, you know, changes in the hormones. I don't know. But where can I put some heart? Let's put some heart here. Now, let me know if you follow Marie Forleo. So I remember listening to Marie Forleo back when I had my business of creating handmade dolls. And so she has this B School. I never joined any of her paid like courses. I just listened to her on YouTube. And so yeah, she was talking about how, you know, she couldn't figure out why she didn't want to get out of bed, and you know, why she was feeling sad, and when she's normally you know, very entrepreneurial. And so yeah, and there was the changes in the hormones. So but yeah, oh, that's looking pretty. Okay, so maybe I'll put something up here. I did have a skinny washi tape. So see, when you go and gather all these different skinny washi tapes along the way, you have lots of things to embellish. I'm trying to be good. I was going to say I'm being good, but I did buy more stickers like these ones. What did I buy? The recent ones I purchased from Daiso the other day during my walk. I got these sort of like felt dot stickers. So some here, these ones here. Some flake stickers. Where's the other two colors? So the other, oh, where's the sticker for that one? I don't know. So all these floral, so I was going to say I've been good, not buying anything, but no, I still buy. Oh, and some more here. Look, some more here. And then these other ones, look, I still haven't started using them. I should use them. Aren't these cute? So, Suatilia design. And so you've got office stationery. What's this one? Shopping. Oh my God, I forgot I have these. Hey, budgeting. That'll be cool when I do my budgeting. Movies, and then there's this fun one. So I purchased this at a physical stationery store, but if you go into my Amazon, I think I have some of this Suatilia. So this brand here is the brand that I used all these different. So I think this is 3 different sets of stickers. So see, and I just added them on all over my page. So when I said I've been good, no, I should say I'm going to try to be good and not buy any more washi tapes, because I'm trying to go through all the ones I have before I buy any more, but can't make a promise because sometimes I'll see some cute ones out there and then I go get them before and not stop myself. Okay, so the jagged edge of the Hobonichi stencil, I mean, you don't need the stencil to go and, you know, cut your washi tape. You can just use any ruler or just, you know, rip it if it's not a foil washi. Now, just a little tip, if you do have a book bound and you do use a, what do you call this, a bookmark or a page marker, I have, look, see it's lifting here. It's because I pulled at it. So I'm trying to keep the page flat so then it doesn't have the gap and it doesn't lift. Whoops, now I've done it. Okay, that's all right. Whoops. And I think if you have washi tapes that's been there a while, maybe some lose its stickiness. That's looking pretty cool. What do you think? Let me know. Ooh, the chat's gone quiet. Is everyone still here? Let me know if you are all still here. I like that. And so now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to put all the dates that any occasions. So of course, is there any birthdays? I don't think in my family there's any birthday for February, but I'll put different things. But because I plan my calendar as I go, and if there's any, or apart from, you know, a birthday sticker here and there, apart from that, I don't write in my calendar yet because I don't know what theme. Still here. Thank you, Margie. Erica says the movie stickers are too cute, aren't they? That means I just got to go to the movies now. I want to watch He-Man, Masters of the Universe, because, and I texted my brother and I said, oh, did you hear? There'll be a, you know, live action He-Man, because He-Man, She-Ra were some of the cartoons that were on after school. And so when we were younger, so when I was in 6th grade, so that's, you know, last year of primary or elementary school here in Australia, and my brother was in kindergarten, I was old enough for us to be at home by ourselves because mum and dad worked full time. And so, you know, I'd pick up my brother from the kindergarten area of the school, we'd walk home, we'll have the snack, we'll watch our TV show, and then half an hour before mum and dad would come along, you know, we'd do the chores, we would leave it till the last minute. And then when my brother got a little bit older, you know, maybe 6 or 7, I gave him the drying chores. I will do the washing and I will cook the rice because, of course, Filipinos, you know, we have rice with everything. So we cook rice. But She-Ra, He-Man, Gems, I don't think I was into the Gems. I think because when that came out, I was already, you know, cool in high school. And so I don't think I watched that. But He-Man, And so that's coming out in June here in Australia, and I'm not sure worldwide. And so I want to go watch it just to see, you know, how you want to see how they interpret a favorite cartoon of yours. But yeah, so yeah, that movies. So I'll have to go, you know, plan ahead different movies that I want to watch. So the things that I need to put on here, like I said, because I don't plan in my calendar until I'm closer to the date, because I don't know yet, you know, the theme I want, or the color theme, or the color scheme that I want to put for the calendar. I have, and this was from the bullet journal days, a future log. So here, let me see. I don't know if I have it in my shop. No, I don't have it in my shop. My shop. Let's see if this still works. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully that link still works. Let me take a look. But if not, mariannecresp.com. And I think it's also below the description, a future log. So what it is, just there, the name suggests, you've got here. So yeah, this was from like parts similar to a running to-do list. You got the months of the year initials, January to December, and then you've got a space here to write down whatever the event is. So for what I use my dot marker to dot down, you know, which month it belongs to, and then I put the date on there. And then so I'll go down to February and access what? Sometimes I don't know my own writing. And access move. Who knows what that is? Oh, there we go. There's a cut 20 seconds. So I'll go down February, and any known events or appointments I will go now and transfer into my calendar. So the 22nd, there is a cousin catch up. So all the cousins are going to catch up. How can I go and embellish that? Do I have any stickers? Any of these stickers? Any of these stickers will be good. Maybe I'll use, oh, maybe a summer one. Look, I have this summer one because I think she's having a pool party. Is there any pool party here? Maybe the sunnies. Oh, yes. Maybe let's get the sunglasses. Okay. So I come, mum and dad come from a big family. Erica says, your spreads always look amazing, Marianne. Thank you. Sometimes, you know, I surprise myself. Erica comes like, oh, that turned out quite well. What's that for? Oh, don't know what that's for. Oh, are there stickers on there? I can cut that up too. So never throw away any packaging. So maybe the sunglasses. Here we go, because it's summer. It's a summer catch-up. And look, because it's red, that fits beautifully there. Okay, so then I think so back in my budgeting days, I use my zebra mark liner to do my color coding of the different budget category that we have. And so what I did is I used my label maker, and then I labeled the color codes. So this one, well, for any expense for transport. This one, any expenses for me. The orange was utilities. These ones is putting money in our cash envelope. Look, I have to go and redo. So instead of putting the label on the barrel, because when this runs out, that's it. I got to make new labels. So what I do now is I just go and swap out the lids. So if you do color coding yourself, and whether for budgeting or any, productivity planning. Come on, words, Marianne. What are the words? Use your words. Productivity planning. label the lid of your marker rather than the barrel. So then that way, all you got to do is, if this runs out, throw it away. And I mean, this is looking a little bit manky. I maybe have to do some relabeling. So let's have a look. This one, because this one I had a special occasion. So technically, this color is for budgeting. So when I, let's say if I have to use up money to buy birthday presents or whatever, that is the color coding that I would use for special occasions. Okay, so let's have a look. So this one is Cousin Catch Up. Okay, catch up. I wonder what that one is, that other one. So, and access to movement. I'll figure it out. It's a subscription. I know it's a subscription for something. And so I need to make sure that I either cancel it if I don't use apps. So please, here's a little reminder, a public service announcement. Check if you have an Apple iOS, check your subscription, because if you're like me and you purchase subscriptions and you used it for a month, but you paid for an annual membership, and then you forget that you have, oh no. This is what happens when you have fountain pen. Okay, let's have a look. So you can use a correction tape, but because this is a cream, rapport Souza. Hello, Souza. Rapport. Yes, we have a good rapport. Let me know what's that in relation to. What was I saying? Because the correction tape, this one here, which is cream tape, which is great for your Hobonichi weeks, because the Hobonichi weeks planner is creamier than the Hobonichi Cousin. So do you know who here uses Hobonichi? Let me know, because I have a little tidbit about it. Why the Hobonichi weeks is cream. When I purchase a subscription, they send me an email, and I turn that email into a calendar app to remind me to cancel. Yes, that's a great one too. But sometimes I don't always check my emails in my digital calendar. So yeah, but that's a great idea. I also like to send myself a text message. So what I'm going to do is, I have all these cut-offs from when I cut up my daily pages. Okay, so if I don't, I'm at the end of the day and I don't have a lot to write, so instead of having blank pages, I got to update my skipping challenge. I cut them up and I keep them at the back, and then what I'm going to do is I can either use it to go and cover boo-boos like I just have done. And let's see. So, because sometimes the correction tape, well, first of all, if you do put a correction tape, you can't go and use, fountain pen over it, because the correction tape is, like a smooth surface. Oh, I need to get new glue. Come on, glue, come on. Probably it's got dried bits. There we go, come on. Oh, there it is. So get yourself a little bit of glue. Now, of course, you know how please listen to what I tell you, not to what I do. So what is it? Do as I say, not what I do, about not sweating the small stuff. Okay, we'll let that dry a bit. There you go. That's how you cover up any mistake. Just grab yourself a piece of paper, keep that handy at the back. Okay, so I'll wait I'll wait for that because, yeah, I smudged over it. So I'll make sure. So that is my calendar. What else do we have here? Okay. Of course, please, if you are liking this video, make sure, oh, what happened to my, I had, make sure to click the like button. And there we go. There we go. Click. Because there's 16 of us here, and I can see seven thumbs up. Now, just to let you know what those thumbs up mean, it means it tells the good old YouTube algorithm, thank you, that you are liking my live stream, and then hopefully it'll read that as, oh, there's people liking Marianne's live stream. Let's show it to more people who also love planning, and let's make our plannerettes, you know, thank you, keep them coming. You know, there's my Ecamm Live, which is the software I use to go live, shows me the thumbs up. Let me have a look. And then of course, if you, I'm gonna be blank here again because I got a new cable. I got a new cable for my camera, and so I haven't updated all the and subscribe. I think about 69% of you guys who watch my videos are not yet subscribed. So we want subscriptions. We want subscriptions. And let me just update this one. So you're going to see blue empty screen until I go and update the camera that I'm using. There we go. And of course, if you are needing to check the things that I use for today, I am freaking happy with this. All right, I am loving this setup. Look, this is my desk. Oh, and the glue that I'm using is a Tombow multi monoliquid glue. So one end is a fine tip end. I need to buy more, but the other side, which is I think I'll use, is sort of like a chiseled rubbery thing. So then it'll spread the the glue evenly. All right. So for February, all Hobonichi Planner Cousin daily pages, at the front of it, there is a blank page that you can use to either put a vision board or a, what do you call it, a nice cover page, like we, you know, like I was talking earlier, how you can go and create a cover page, very bullet journal style. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my habit tracker. So again, this is from my shop. Let me show you how that looks. Okay, so there's the bullet journal, sorry, habit tracker. And then that was December's here. So I like to have a habit tracker to help me, you know, keep an eye on the habits and routines that I said are important to me. So I'm going to put that there. So let's have a look. Susan says, the annual membership got me Disney Plus, $169 for a year subscription. I tried to cancel on the day of renewal and they wouldn't allow it. So I'm paid up for a year and I've canceled it. Yes, sometimes I think if it's, Disney's not on an iOS, but yeah, there was one, I think it was Epidemic Sound, which is the, there's a big bubble, is the music that I use for the music that you hear. Can you hear it still? Oh, it's stopped. That I use for my background or any of the, so then that way I won't get any copyright strikes on my channel. Yeah, it renewed because the dates, so I thought I had an extra day because, you know, a lot of the subscriptions that I purchase are US dates. So I think that, you know, I thought that I had an extra day before I canceled because I wasn't sure yet whether I wanted to keep going. But then, yeah, when you go and convert when you go and convert US dollars to Australian dollars, it can get a bit pricey. And then I would go, do I use music a lot? And I went, you know what, I do. I like, I'm going to use the strawberry washi, because there's not a lot of it, and this would be great for the red and pink theme. Hello, where did my, oh here, I'll put it back in its place. And there's not a lot of it, so why not use the strawberry? Okay, and maybe this red here. So yeah, you don't have to use a ruler to use. Sometimes a torn edge gives that nice effect. Okay, there. And then maybe we can use the skinny washi. So this is available in my shop, or just check the description below. There is a link directly to this habit tracker specific for the Hobonichi. Oops, what's that? What fell? The lid. So isn't this a cute stylus pen scissors? Look, whoop. And it's got what was that from? Oh, packaging tape. Okay, so then it locks, and then you can put the lid on and then pop it in your pencil case, and you won't get stabbed. Now, I've stabbed myself many times with even this one. I've stabbed myself with the this what do you call it? The precision tweezers. Susan said, told everybody in my family they better start watching Disney. I have never once. I purchased Amazon Prime because, you know, you get the free shipping, and that came, you know, with Amazon Video. Is it Amazon Video? And so yeah, sometimes I had because I never have time to watch anything apart from, you know, what I see on Facebook or on Reels, but movies and things like that. So I should watch some more, because there's some fun. I think, what did I watch? No, I didn't watch. What an old movie that I watched was Anne of Green Gables. I hadn't watched that for a long time, and so what else can I add? I think that's enough there. Okay, so for this one, February, I won't use the same lettering because there's not enough space. But let's see. Let me just go and pencil it in. Feb. Let me see if I can zoom in. Zoom, 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 zoom. So just, whoa. Prime Video, yes. I don't watch enough times, but yeah, they get you with that free shipping. It's not free, you're paying for it because you're buying things that you wouldn't otherwise buy, Marianne, thinking you're gonna get free same day delivery. Okay, all right, so just very, very faint. Yep, that fits nicely. I think I'm going to use my red gel pen, so Pentel Energel 0.5. So just double the edge. Okay, a little bit thicker. And but yeah, so epidemic sound. Yep, so it renewed, and then I said, you know, February, I would like to cancel it. Is there any chance? And then they could, because they said, yeah, you can cancel after, you know, within, I think, 7 days or whatever. But then they offered 50% discount. They got me. And I went, all right. And look, we can have music in the background. And I don't have to worry about any copyright strikes. So I can use it on here, on YouTube, and on Instagram, Facebook. There we go. And I think I'm just going to create some lines. Okay. Erica says, I'm watching Beast Games on Prime now. Oh, is it on Prime? Oh, I better go watch it. Oh, let's see. But sometimes when I watch those games, you know, and I think the amount of money that's on offer, I'm just going, oh. You know, it makes me sad that I don't have that much, that I don't have that much money, and but yeah, so, but yeah. Thanks for reminding me that's available, Beast Games. I also got Amazon Prime for the shipping when it first came out, but I do like Prime Video and also the photo storage. More pic storage is always... What? What? There's photo storage? Oh, I gotta go check. I really should go check out the features of these different things that I pay for every year. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm gonna put some dots because everybody loves dots. Dots, 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 dots. Okay, so if you ever go, how can I embellish my page? And you know, if you'll go, I'm not artistic, I don't know how to draw. Dots. And then if you don't have a dot marker, create dots. Look, that already has transformed this page from blah to ooh la la. Okay, that's French for all right. Marianne's gone crazy. Marianne needs breakfast. Marianne is talking in third person again. All right, so let's do some, why don't we do some stamps? Stamps, which one? This one. No, you know what I liked? I liked, where's that heart one that I liked? This one. For you, love for you. I have love for you, for being here and joining me every Monday, my Monday, your Sunday, or wherever you are in the parts of the world. Thank you. Agreed, the money aspect is insane, but the game part I enjoy viewing. Yes. I used to love watching Survivor, and sometimes, even at home, I make a game out of mundane stuff. So I'll go, oh, imagine if this task is a, what do they call it in Survivor? A game? No, whatever they call I'm going blank. Whatever the challenge, that's it, challenge. I think it's challenge, right? So even things like, do you have vertical blinds and you have the pulleys, and then sometimes they get twisted, and so they get twisted so much that you know, they can no longer open properly, and because they're all stuck. Well, I make a game out of that. I'll go, oh, imagine if this is a game on Survivor or a challenge and we have to be the fastest. Same with ironing. I would go and, you know, tie myself. This was back when, you know, both hubby and I worked outside of the home, and he wore business shirts and I wore, you know, suits and all. Well, I didn't iron the suits, but blouses or anything like that. And so I would make a game out of it. So ironing and washing, cleaning the bathroom. I will, you know, I'd rather not do it, but of all the chores, they're the ones I like because you can clearly see the transformation. You know, the iron from wrinkled clothes to non-wrinkled clothes, to a dirty bath sink, to clean and shiny. The kitchen, not so much, because, you know, we've got the faux granite bench top, and so not so much. So let me quickly, the new season of Beast Game, they go to Survival Island plot. Ooh, I really got to go and have a look. All right, so let me just quickly go look at the calendar to see, where is my calendar? Oh, Marianne, you have a calendar right in front of you. I was looking at the calendar, calendar on my computer. So Sunday is the 1st, okay? So on my, what do you call this, habit tracker, I like to go and divide the weeks. So then that way I can clearly see a pattern. I mean, I know my pattern now. I'm good Monday and Tuesday. I do all my habits most times Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not so much. And then Sunday I go, oh, I got to catch up. Okay, so Sunday, the music is loud in my head. Mom, there's people talking inside my head. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Is this year a 29th or is it a 28th? February 28th. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Where was I up to? I'm going to, that's using my handheld fan to dry the fountain pen. Help me figure out what I was thinking. I forgot my thoughts in my head. Yeah, pattern. So I like to divide up my habit tracker. Again, just a little friendly reminder. This printable is available in my shop, so you can have it. I've got A5 size, I think, as well as personal, and then of course one that is sized, so then when you print it, you can put it on your Hobonichi page or any of your planner size. And so I've been doing habit tracking probably, yeah, since I started doing bullet journaling in June 2017. But you know, back then I would create exact same layout, but from scratch. So if you want to go and track your habits, what was I going to say? Yeah, the last few days, just feeling lost. I think what's allowing me to bounce back a lot better is adding the movement. So who's been following my skipping 100 skips a day challenge, both on Instagram and YouTube, or Reels and Shorts? I think I'm going to do this one, so then that way I don't smudge. So yeah, so that's just a person, like before this 30-day challenge, I wanted to do skipping because just to get some cardio in my day to help my heart health. Yeah, when I find so far, well, apart from days that maybe I'm a little bit stressed or anxious, my blood pressure reading, it's getting better. Now I am taking medication because it's mild hypertension, but yeah, I need to look after my heart health and just overall healthiness. But because they say, the experts, that heart issues are a big cause of health problems for women. I think somewhere, again, don't quote me on this, is even like more so than all the different female cancers put together, heart health. And because they say like heart attack looks very different in women than it is to what you normally would hear or see with the tingling arms. I think, what's this? Keeps falling. I had watched Rosie O'Donnell in a recent interview that she had, where she like sometimes heartburn. This is like a combination. It's not just things, just one different symptoms, but heartburn, sort of like tingling of the leg, sweating and all this stuff. So, and then she had found out that she had a mild heart attack. And then I had the same similar cluster of symptoms, and I went, oh, maybe I had a heart attack. And because I have, mild hypertension, it's important. And then so that in it, like I should really get myself check out, because I think you can have like your blood tested, because there's certain chemicals that gets released where if you do have any heart issues or anything like that. And so I should really go check that. But that was a big scare enough that, look, I need to look after myself when I am able. I am able, I'm technically, healthy, right? And so why wait until I am sick or I'm not able to go and take my health seriously? And so I should be doing more, but I'm giving myself kindness and compassion to make sure that I, don't put too much pressure on myself to be too gung-ho, because I know me. If I go and, put 3 to 4 days of workout every week, I'll be good for the first 2 weeks of the month, and then I'll give up, and then I'll, feel sorry for myself and go, see, Mariane, I told you, I know I shouldn't say this, but I do say it inside my head that, oh, you're a loser. And see, it's even saying out loud to other people is very embarrassing. Why am I so mean to myself when I tell you guys, give yourself kindness and compassion? And yet here I am, my husband really gets upset with me because he's like, can you stop being mean to my wife? And so, I've got to really start taking my health more seriously. And that's what I'm slowly starting to do. So your shorts come up on my feed. Go Mariane. Yes, so it's, I was thinking, oh, people are even on Instagram. That's probably why, see, I get upset that, my views is not as high as they should be, blah, blah, blah. And I know the landscape of Instagram is very different now from when I first started posting. So you got to go and compete with all these, transitions and tutorials, and me, it's just like, it's my planner page, And so it's non-planner related, but it is me related. And as I always say, this is in my head. No one has ever, well, probably 1 or 2 people would go, stick to planning. And I went, no, the things that's non-planning are the things that I plan, like working out, me feeling sad, me doing my skips. Those are the things that I'm planning. So that's what I put in my planner. So for the moment with workout and movement is, am I showing up? Am I doing some sort of movement in my day? Yes or no? So even if it's a 5-minute walk or even some light stretching. So by clocking in the wins and getting, yeses, then I can slowly add something else. Because I know myself, I get too excited. I'm going, yes, this is it. This is the month. This is the year, blah, blah, blah. And then I know second week of the month or midweek, I get tired. That's just, I know how my brain works now. And so, so yes. So I've been skipping for the last 14 days. I have skipped. So before I was skipping already before, but sometimes I missed. So that's a little promise that I had said to myself is movement every day counts, and just measure if I've completed some sort of movement. Erica says, I've heard similar, Mariane. My area for improvement is my cholesterol density, not HDL, or let me know what those are, so then at least I like to educate myself. I need to keep it down to prevent heart disease. Yes, it's a precursor I'm working on. Yeah, so you and I, okay? I'm working on diet before I work on adding exercise as a habit. Excellent. I love that. So for me, diet-wise, apart from probably salt, the fish sauce and or the salty soy sauce, so the adobo, the chicken adobo, love, and all the, all the salty lollies like the tamarind that I try not to. I tell my parents and my auntie, who likes to bring me the Filipino sweets and salty and soury stuff, don't buy me any of those. And then I get upset when they come over. They don't have any treats for me. And I'll say to my husband, don't buy me those lollies, and like he'll come home from Chinatown and there's no lollies, and so I get upset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just clean up while we're chatting. Yeah, I'm doing the 100-day jump challenge as well. You are, but I'm doing it on my rebounder, so a little gentler on my old age joints. I'm doing it to increase the circulation in my legs. Yes, and when I do, thank you, Susan, for inspiring me to freaking do my declutter. Is I need to find my ropeless skipping rope, because I purchased a skipping rope that you can detach it's a smart skipping rope, and I don't know where I hid it, or I don't know where hubby put it aside. Although the other day, I went to go and we have these 3 boxes. He put lots of stuff in the boxes when we moved bedrooms around, and then I went, oh, that's where that thing is. I've been looking for it for ages. And so I need to go through all the different decluttering that I need to do and look for my ropeless, because now I can prove I can skip with the rope, but so then I'm not hindered by the rope thing itself, or sometimes I don't have, if I need to just do some skipping in the bedroom, I have to move things around so it doesn't get caught in there, but I'll go find my smart skipping rope. But yes, for me, the heart health. HDL and LDL have to do with cholesterol count. Okay, my counts are good, but the existing cholesterol I have is too dense. It's supposed to be fluffy like a beach ball, but it's dense like a baseball. So yep, for me, my last blood test that I had, cholesterol's good, sugar level's good, vitamin D, I need to make sure that that's still, I still don't go and do the getting outside during daylight enough, but one thing at a time. All right, so let's quickly have a look, everybody. It is now coming to 2 hours. Can you believe I can chat with you guys? Imagine if we were actually in front of each other. I wonder if we would get any work done if we were really like within each other's real life company. We'll probably be chatting away for too much. But February calendar, okay. Let me just, in my Hobonichi Cousin, of course, you can do this in whatever planner you have, whether you have a dated calendar or if you purchased in the past my Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable. So speaking of, I'll just put this, the Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable. So if you do have an A5 planner, I have A5 and Personal in my shop, marianecresp.com. But if you go into my description, I have created a new Instagram page just to put some of my planner printable. So it's, nothing new. My new Instagram page. Boop. There we go. So I've just put some of my, well-known A5 printables and maybe some, so because I am using Hobonichi planners for my personal use, and, this girl's gonna make some money somehow, somewhere, and for those who may be new to planning and, want to try out a new A5 and personal printables, whether it's for your Happy Planner Classic, or well, no, for your A5 or your personal, I've created a new Instagram page. So a lot of it will be old videos that I had and reels from, a couple of years ago. But those who don't know me will just see that it's a new one. Okay, so but I would love if anyone would follow, because again, it's one of those. They like me. They really, really like me. That's Sally Field, Oscar. What do you call it? Acceptance speech. So there's the February calendar. And then I also added my February habit tracker. So you can find this in my shop if you, and then so I'll fill this out. Some of the habits I might change around. So look, I haven't even updated, and I'm going to be okay with that. Okay, because I was lifing. Okay, that doesn't mean I didn't do these. It's just I didn't update this tracker, because I have updated here. Okay, so these are all the different habits I have. So I still am doing my habits and routines. It's just that this one and hang on. Air went the wrong way. It's it's my handheld fan blowing air right into the back of my throat. What was I saying? Yeah, I'm giving myself a little bit of kindness that, I didn't fill that out. Maybe I'll catch up by looking at the habits here, just so then I can go and, make sure. So this one, I'll probably, look, if I do this, I might do this and go live, but with just music and not me talking, or else we'll be here forever as well, because I'll stop and start. So, because I need to set this up for today, and I've got to set up my Hobonichi weeks. So, if for those of you going into your evening, you'll probably be too late for you, but come and watch the replay. Okay, so yes, I love the ropeless jump rope. Yes, so I've got to find my one. I've got to go find it, because yeah, that's good, because it has a counter as well. You can either program it so then it's by time, or you can program it by counts. And so one of my reels the other day, I tried to do some vary up my steps, and I was so uncoordinated. So I might use the ropeless one to practice first, and then try, and then go on YouTube and look for some skipping rope workout regime. So rather than just doing 100 skips, change it up a bit. Okay, so that is it for today. Let me just quickly show you. So my daily page, so some pages, so these pages where you see I did the colored lines, I missed those days. However, like this one, okay? However, I went back to it to do my journaling, how I'm feeling. So take the pressure off. I was feeling scared. Safety first. So when safety first is at the moment, or last couple of days, I have been in survival mode, just doing the best I can, trying to keep myself together, and my disc is almost full. Oh no. Trying to keep myself together and just surviving. And so giving myself kindness. I only broke down crying yesterday. And that's probably why hubby took me out for a little get out of the house type thing. So my older son was kind enough to look after his younger brother, although we did get the phone call and goes, he's leaving he's opening and closing the front door. I was like, all right, we'll be home soon. But yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate you so much. Now, make sure, of course, we want to go. I think I have the screen still. So let's wish each other a great end of the week and a good new start to the week with good vibes, and wish each other, a great end of month. planning session, whether you're wrapping things up along as you go, or um, whatever it is, just know that wherever you are in the world, please go and pop in the comments how you're feeling. You are not alone if you are, maybe having it a little bit tough, but just knowing that once a week at least minimum, we can hang out with each other here on my live stream or in the comments and help pick each other up. All right, so thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much and I enjoy your company. So let's fill up the screen with lots and lots of wonderful warm wishes for each other, and I will see you all. If I'll probably pop back up in your notification. I might go live, but maybe just with music, but we'll see. Thank you everybody. Bye bye. Bye.